Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Andrea and I'm a music photographer based in London and I do videos mostly about that. I am surprised I can even remember that was my intro, but here we are. And as you can tell by the title, I won an award. Literally still in awe that all of this happened, and I just wanted to share with you guys because I feel like you've all been through the ride with me. I want to share the good, the bad, and the amazing with you guys. So this video is just going to be a little bit about that whole experience and what happened, and also just to catch you guys up with where I've been and hopefully what's to come next too. I've missed making videos. I think in my mind I'm always filming such a bigger deal than it has to be. I'm like, oh, I need to get ready, I need to get done up, I need to make sure that I know exactly what I'm gonna say, I need to get all my equipment, and then it just becomes too overwhelming and I never do it. But I decided that it's okay if it's not perfect, it's fine. I don't have to be a tech queen when it comes to videos. I try to make my microphone work today, but I could not find the cable for it. I need to look for it, but instead of letting that be an excuse to not let me film, I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna film with what I have right now and just do a little catch up. If you're completely new to my channel and this is the first video that you've seen, a little bit more about my work and where I came from. I was born in Portugal, raised in Brazil, and I've always really been into music and photography. As I'm sure most kids and teens are, to me it's always been a big part of my identity, and it was a big reason why I wanted to move to London. Growing up in Rio, it was very rare that I could see some of my favorite bands in person. I remember when Tame Impala came to Brazil, when was this? Probably like 2011 or something. Their first show there, tiny little venue, and it was incredible. Many years later, being in London, I actually ended up doing an album cover for Pond, which shares some of the same memories as Tame Impala. I don't know why I brought that up. There's a video on my channel about it if you want to see. So growing up in Rio, it was very rare that people that I listened to would come to Brazil and play, and so I knew that when I was 18 and I could move, I knew that I wanted to try and study in London so that I could be closer to the music scene in one of the greatest capitals of Europe in the world. When I moved to London, I literally knew no one. I had no friends, and one of the ways that I kept myself occupied and busy and would find like company was to go to gigs. I literally went to gigs pretty much every night, or like 4 or 5 times a week. So that's kind of what I did. And eventually I started to notice that there were photographers taking photos of a lot of these shows, and a lot of them were women too, and girls, and I was like, wow, what's going on? Like, how do I get involved? It would be so fun to like be able to take home like a little memento from these nights, and I've always been a collector, so it'd be nice to take photos and collect photos of artists, kind of document what's going on around me. And I had a friend that was studying photography, and she had started like taking photos at venues, and I think she was going to be away for a show, and she knew that I wanted to try, and she asked me if I wanted to shoot in her place, which was so cool. So that gave me a little in, and the first gig that I ever officially shot was the Garden at the 100 Club, which was literally insane. I had no idea about concert photography etiquette, so I thought like, oh my gosh, I have a photo pass? Does that mean that I can do whatever I want? So I like, my main priority was just getting photos in the best angles possible. So I remember I got on stage like in the corner and tried to take photos from behind Fletcher and Wyatt of the Garden. They were super cool. They were kind of like, okay, what's going on? But they didn't mind. I mean, it's like, kids, don't do that. If you don't have like special permission from the venue or the band or stuff like that, you can't just do whatever you want only because you have a photo pass. But I was, you know, in a frenzy. I was so happy, I was so inspired. I got behind the stage, I took photos, I even got underneath the piano they had on stage to like get some angles. And then since then, I've been completely in love and addicted to shooting live gigs and working with musicians. I think one of the other shoots right after that I did was also at the 100 Club, and it was for Soko, and it was like absolute insane. So I actually have a photo from that show on my wall. I can't show you very closely because Soko is topless. it was all about like, you know, female empowerment. So there was a moment when we all, not me actually, because I was working, I guess, but a lot of the girls took their tops off and went on stage and we're all dancing. It was so liberating, so incredible. And that show was also one of the most like remarkable shows that I've been to up to now, and to get to shoot that was also incredible. Anyway, so that was really cementing my love for music photography. And that's kind of how it all started. The world felt huge here in London because, like I said, back in Rio, it was, you know, Brazilian music is amazing and everything, but the things that I was listening to weren't very available there. So when I came here, I deep dove. I really tried to like shoot as many gigs as I could. That's kind of my origin story as a photographer. I just wanted to give you a little bit of background if you just randomly clicked on this video and you had never seen my work or you don't know who I am. But that's kind of how I started. But anyway, I don't want to get too sidetracked. I do want to share some projects that I've shot recently. There might be a new album cover coming out for a band that I love that's still like a complete dream come true that even happened. And I did film some behind the scenes and I might share that on a new future video. But coming back to the main topic of this video, I won an award last year in October. This is the Abbey Road Music Photography Awards, and I won the Undiscovered Photographer Award last year. And it was so special. Honestly, such a dream and such a trip. And I just wanted to share it with you guys. So basically, the way this all came about, Abbey Road does a yearly photography awards. I was invited to attend just as a member of the audience a couple years ago, and I went with my friend. It was so fun. I didn't know it was a thing at the time when they invited me to attend, and then like I said, I went as a guest, and it was so cool to see an event kind of catered for our type of photography, because I think there are a lot of us doing it, like music photography, but I just think that we don't really sometimes get a lot of recognition. There's not really like a safe space or like a community that we can like go to and feel celebrated. So it was really nice to be in a room with, first of all, just a bunch of music photographers and just like to talk to everyone and to celebrate the winners and the nominees. It just felt very special being acknowledged by the music scene for the work that we do in the music industry. So I was like, okay, you know what, like next year I will apply. Who knows what might happen, why not? And I did. I'm pretty sure they extended the deadline, and I'm pretty sure I applied like on the last day, like kind of like scrambling, trying to write the description of the photos and where they were from, who's in them and what they meant and what the shoot was like. I was kind of just like, I left it till very late, but thankfully the submission got sent and I was selected as a nominee, or like a finalist, I guess. I think there was like about 6 of us. But then by the time that happened, I had a trip booked to Japan to celebrate my birthday. And it was literally a trip that I had planned for a while, and it was like my dream to go there. And the nominees were honestly so good, and I just thought like, yeah, sure, I guess there's a chance you could win, but like what are the odds? And I don't know, I think I just never, I mean, I love my work. I think the work that I do is good, but like in my head, I was just like, it won't be me. Why would it be me? So yeah, I went to Japan as planned, and it was literally the best trip of my life. I can't wait to go back. Japan is so special. I would love to do more work there. I would love to, like, there's so many other cities I would love to see. It was honestly the time of my life. And then a couple days into my trip, I get contacted by the team at Abbey Road, and they were like, I really wish you could be here. It would be so special. But then I started to get a suspicion that they wanted me to be there a lot. So I was like, oh my, in my head I was like, oh my gosh, is there a chance that I might have won this? I was in Tokyo and I flew all the way to London for the night, and lo and behold, I won the award. And it's so, honestly, it was such a trip. I think it was like literally the best few days of my life. Winning the award paired with being in Japan, and just like the recognition of the night as well. So many incredible photographers were there and judges. Noel Gallagher was there, like presenting an award to Jill. She's incredible. And then other judges like Punagana. I loved her work for so long. It was so nice to meet her in person finally. and Jackie and Alexa, who also won an award, and Tom Pallant was there too. He also won an award. It was so lovely to meet him and be with him. It just felt like a very surreal moment, not even mentioning the fact that I was super jet lagged. But to be honest, I was only in Japan for about 2 or 3 nights before I flew back, so I don't even know if the jet lag had settled. So I was just like completely floating around mentally. But yeah, winning the award meant a lot. This sort of career path is not something that you really get a lot of recognition from. Like, it's hard to explain. I guess it's not really a career where you get promotions, or you know, you have a boss that lets you know when you're doing well and like gives you a bonus, or like I said, a promotion. Our milestones are not very clear. Like, the progression of your career is not as linear, so it's just nice to have a moment to be celebrated and realize that you've accomplished something that's recognizable by your peers in your industry. And it's so cool seeing an award like this being created, because I think in music photography, I feel like we're kind of made to feel a little bit small and invisible. You never want to get in the way of the crowd, or you don't want to get in the way of the artist on stage. You're always trying to be small and invisible, and I think sometimes it can kind of affect the way that you see your presence in the industry. I think for me, I've had like a lot of positive experiences, but some not so positive, and it just kind of leaves you feeling quite insignificant and small. And I think a lot of people also see photographers not in the best light. For me personally, I'm just trying to capture and document, you know, little bits of history that happen around me, and to collaborate with artists and make art with them. It's really lovely to have the industry be recognized by such an important entity in the music world. That's Abbey Road Studios. Being in Studio One, where this award happened, was so magical. It's a studio with so much history. I'm pretty sure they've recorded a lot of the Harry Potter soundtracks there, like Lord of the Rings, a lot of albums. I'm pretty sure Oasis recorded their last studio album there, not to mention the Beatles, of course. I mean, there's just so much history, and just being in that room felt so magical and empowering and beautiful. I mean, I've also worked hard, and I love my images, I love my work, but it's also so important to be recognized by your peers and celebrated. I'm very thankful to the Abbey Road team, the MPA's team, and to the Adidas team, who were the sponsor of my award. And also thankful to you guys that watch me. It's always so nice knowing that there's people out there who care, and people who wanna, you know, be part of the work that I create. And also I want this video to be, you know, a motivator for some of you out there who might be wanting to get into this field. It's just nice knowing what sort of career like recognitions are out there, and to know that this is something you can also apply to, and to know that there's a lot of people out there who care and who would love to celebrate you. I should say about the photo that won, it's a photo of Amyl and the Sniffers, which I've shot for many years. Whenever they come to London, I try to work with them and take photos of them. Amy is literally the best. She's definitely a muse. It also marked an interesting turning point in my career, because for a long time, for a few years, I would only shoot in black and white. You know, I would see my peers like shooting with like all these amazing colors, and I would really miss having color in my work. With that portrait, it was one of the first few where I started manually coloring my images back. Yeah, so it's really cool that that image was the one selected, and I'm so grateful for Amy and everyone in the band for letting me come and shoot and capture them. They're truly an inspiration, and it's been so fun seeing them progress from all the different venues in London that I've seen them in, and also shows that I couldn't go. But yeah, it's so amazing to shoot a band throughout the years and see their progression, and also kind of see your progression as a photographer kind of grow with them. Anyway, I mean, I'm trying to get back into the YouTube side of things. In my head, as I'm filming this, I'm like, why would anyone care? Why are you here talking about you winning an award? Like, how self-indulgent. I just wanted to share it with you because I feel like it's been a long journey. I feel like I've shared a lot of the bits and bobs of the beginning of that journey here, all the little different things that I tried and different shoots that I did. A lot of them are here in the channel, and yeah, this just kind of feels like a part of the story. And also, I would love to inspire or motivate any other music photographers out there. I also wanted to post this video soon because there will be a new selection of nominees soon, and I didn't want to take it away from them. it just took me a while to pick up a camera and film this. And I'm so happy to be part of the Music Photography Awards family. I think it's so nice to build a community of music photographers. We've done a couple panels around London. I'll be doing another panel interviewing Lawrence Watson, who's done a lot of work with Oasis at the Adidas flagship store at the end of this month too, if this video goes up in July, hopefully. And these are all connections that I also kind of formed through the awards, and it's just, you know, got nothing to lose. You should do it, and I just wanted to share it with you guys and give you a little update of what I've been up to. There's been a few other things that I would love to share. I have been filming little bits and bobs and behind the scenes of some shoots that I've done and stuff like that, in the hopes that I would get back to uploading on YouTube. So let me know if that's something you'd like to see, what else you would like to see. I really want to come back. It's just hard to film sometimes, but I also like to think of this as a visual diary for myself too. And again, for any aspiring music photographers out there, thank you so much to everyone who has supported me or worked with me. It feels so amazing to be recognized and to see this community grow. I think it gave me a little boost of confidence, and yeah, I'm just excited to see where things go from here. Also, the last video on my channel, it was supposed to be a series, so the last video on my channel was a video talking about all the album artwork of the Velvet Underground, and I did film another video to follow that about another album cover, which coincidentally, I mean, this was filmed over a year ago. Coincidentally, it was one of the Beatles album covers, and I was just talking about that. And it's just nice that it all kind of came back, and with this Abbey Road award. And then I don't know, sometimes maybe I manifested this all a little bit too much, which is great. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope to be back very soon. Let me know what you'd like to see next, and yeah, thank you so much. Bye bye.